One. Hey everyone, here we are, episode 69. Insert joke here. So we're going to cover a lot of gaming news today. There's a lot that happened since last week. Actually, we recorded on a Tuesday, and the next day Sony released their conference. So we're going to cover that as well. Let me start pulling up our news articles here, and we'll dive right in. Before we do all that, just make sure you guys definitely check out the merch page and all the links that are below. You can grab some cool merchandise. Make sure if you are watching, hit that like, share, and follow button. Looking at all this fucking fun stuff. Yeah, so make sure you follow everything, check everything out, and keep showing that support. All right, so PlayStation conference happens. We get to see a lot of cool games. I'm trying to pull up a list now of everything we've seen.
Final Fantasy was on there.
It was.
Very excited about that. I love Final Fantasy.
Exclusive to PlayStation.
Yes.
But is it?
Probably not.
I think it's going to be one of those things. We'll get into it. All right.
You have a lot to say about that.
I do.
Tony's on fire, everybody.
I'm going to be very positive at first with PlayStation. Because I'm going to be honest, I thought their new conference was really good. I thought it was a really good I thought it showed great games. I thought the pricing point came in perfect. Everything was showing it was going to be a very expensive system. Mm-hmm. They waited for Xbox to come first, and then said, "All right." They pretty much did what they did at E3, where they paid money to let Xbox go first. Xbox went first. They just everything that they waited to see what people hated about the conference Xbox, and then doubled down on that to make themselves look better. Right? Smart business thing. Do you? But so they kind of did that again with this, where they said, "Hey, we're going to let them go first, say their price, and then we'll meet them with our prices." They're taking a huge hit on their systems, but pro-consumer, I'm for it. Sony's doing the right thing. Mm-hmm. They cannot oversell their system for a console that's their competitor, and their competitors underselling them and giving you the more powerful system. Mm-hmm. It still is a little crazy that they're the same price and one's has more into it than the other. But hey, it's more affordable. I'm for it.
Me too.
Pro gamer, pro consumer, love it. They showed, I'm trying to get a list of the games they showed.
I remember Final Fantasy was on there. Harry Potter was on there, which both look really amazing.
Yes.
An open-ended Halo was there.
Oh, what's that?
Was there a new Halo? What did I remember?
No, not for PlayStation.
Okay.
No Halo. That would be Xbox.
Okay. I get confused sometimes.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Spider-Man was shown. Final Fantasy 16, Hogwarts Legacy, which I do not know anything about Harry Potter.
You need to get on
I've
that
never
train.
watched Harry Potter. I never got into that lore ever.
Good.
That game looks unbelievable.
Yeah.
Looks super cool.
It does.
It looks like a mashup between Fable and Skyrim. Mm-hmm. It's like an open world.
I love that you get to leave the castle from the trailer and stuff.
And you're not playing as anyone
from in the 1800s, so it's way before Harry Potter.
Yes. So it predates Harry Potter, and you create your own wizard. You go into your own.
That was my watch.
Oh.
I have a Minnie Mouse on my watch. Sorry. So sometimes I bump it, and she just will announce the time randomly.
Oh, I thought it was Pikachu at first.
I would love a Pikachu.
But then you pick your class or your
house.
Your house, which I don't know what that means.
So there's 4.
Mm-hmm.
It's Ravenclaw, Hufflepuff, Slytherin, and Gryffindor. Hufflepuff. Yeah, you don't want to be that one.
That's what I am.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm a Slytherin, so it's all right.
Oh,
I think
what's that
Hufflepuff
about,
sounds
Nikolai?
cooler.
You're like evil, kind of.
I know. No.
Get away from me, because
really,
I'm like super good.
The top tier, like at least in the movies and stuff, the main focus is on Gryffindor. Mm-hmm. Slytherin's the bad guys, and Hufflepuff and Ravenclaw don't get as much love.
No.
But I joke when I say you don't want to be Hufflepuff. Just cause
so
what's
it's kind of like.
about?
So God. Is it kind of like your Slytherin is your bad class, your honor society is your Griffins, and then like Hufflepuff and the other ones are kind of like your Rotec kids. Like they don't get really much love.
I thought Hufflepuff was super good. I don't know. I took a test on the official Harry Potter.
Yeah, you can go on the Pottermore
site
and
they're
you
like
can find
extra,
out
like,
what your house is.
Extra like cornbread, like, we do everything right. One of those. I don't know if I want to be Hufflepuff anymore.
I think that's what it is, and that's what I am. So
Yeah.
thank you for making fun of me, everybody. I'm done. I'm leaving. You're all by yourselves now, guys. I quit.
Yeah, they showed at the very end. They showed a teaser for God of War Ragnarok. I
Is
tried.
Thor gonna be in it?
Yes. So I guess spoiler alert: if you haven't played God of War, I tried playing it. I hated it. I stopped playing. I guess at the very end of the game, you come across a hammer and you hear like, "Get away from that." And then like I guess it leads to like Thor is now meeting Kratos. So I guess this next game he enters that lore.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Astro's Playroom, I guess is gonna be like I don't know what it is. Trying to
It's the
think.
Jetsons spinoff.
I don't really see anything else that we kind of announced.
Wasn't there like 9?
Deathloop was on there. Yeah, I'm just trying to say which ones because a lot of them, Demon Souls, a
Demon
lot of
Souls.
them were shown on the previous show. Just more gameplay was shown now.
Okay.
Devil May Cry Special Edition was shown. I'm trying to see here. I'm trying to. Five Nights at Freddy. Actually, what am I doing? It's on our Instagram page. I had all the images.
That's
Yeah,
how
I
I found
think
out about Hogwarts.
And a nice
Yeah.
screenshot there.
Yeah, I was screenshotting the phone as I was going. Spider-Man Miles. All right, so it starts off with Final Fantasy, Spider-Man Miles Morales. All right, so Spider-Man Miles Morales looks absolutely fantastic, right? So one of the things I was concerned about is there enough in it to make it feel like its own game, or is it just gonna feel like a DLC of Spider-Man but with a different costume? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
They made Miles Morales play like Miles Morales, so he has invisibility. He has the like he has his Miles Morales abilities, so he does stand apart differently from Peter, which is
Okay.
exciting. Now, I have said on the show before, I am not a huge fan of cinematic style games.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to watch a movie of my game being played and then I press triangle, circle, X, triangle, and I just like button press my way through a great cinematic. Like I want to be in control. I'm here to play a video game. You know what I mean? And that's where I have a hard time with certain Sony's exclusives. So like God of War worked my ass off to get to a certain spot, and then I fight a boss, and it's like, oh, here's how you finish the boss. We're gonna show you a really cool cinematic movie of the boss dying in a really fancy way, and you're gonna button prompt your way through it. It's not my style of game. I know some people like it. It's not for me. So I can't get into it. But that's literally what Miles Morales in the trailer did. He did exactly what Spider-Man does in almost every movie. The bridge is falling apart, so he webs one side, webs the other, and pulls it together so people can get to safety.
Mm-hmm.
It looked fantastic. It looked really, really cool. But it's also the entire time that's happening, you're literally watching it, and he's just pressing buttons. You know what I mean? You're pressing buttons to keep it going. Yeah, Final Fantasy. I can't tell you anything about it because I know nothing about that game franchise.
It's a great franchise.
I guess every game is a brand new set of characters, so it's not like you don't even need to know anything about them.
No.
Yeah,
Each
so
game is its own story.
I couldn't even tell you anything. I couldn't even give you an idea what that game's about. Final Fantasy. I guess there's a kid. I don't know. It's so like.
The only reason I know some of the characters is because Kingdom Hearts.
I love
'Cause of the
Kingdom
crossovers.
Hearts.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
it's
love
such a
Kingdom
great game.
Hearts.
Hogwarts Legacy is shown. Was shown. We talked about that one. Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. Black Ops Cold War. And then if you pre-order it on PlayStation, you get to play the alpha now. So that's a bonus for being a PlayStation user. Resident Evil Village they showed more of. They showed Deathloop off. They showed Devil May Cry 5. Oddworld they showed again. They showed Five Nights at Freddy's. Then they showed Demon Souls. Pretty much saying Fortnite is coming to the next gen, which of course it is.
Yeah.
Then they showed PlayStation Plus Collection. So what this is essentially, from what I read, I think there's more to it, but I guess what they're doing is if you pay for Xbox Plus or PlayStation Plus, you get a collection of games that'll carry over to you. So I guess what they're trying to say is, okay, if you sign up for Xbox and get Game Pass, you get over 100 games. PlayStation Collection is saying you'll get these games that were PS4 and they'll carry over to you for PS5. I don't know if it's going to be like these are all now yours for free, But they're saying that everything, 99% of PS4 is going to be cross-play, will be able to be played on your PS5. I don't know if that means you can pop your disc in and it'll play. I'm not sure how that works. So, because they haven't really showed us or tell us. Like, this is the things that, like, during the conference, I think they should dive in and talk about.
Right.
Because I think that's where, like, for me, Xbox has been upfront with all this. Like, yes, you can put your disc in your system and it'll play. You know what I mean? Like, don't tiptoe around stuff, man. Just tell us what you want. But the problem is they go out and say too much stuff in the media, like, we're not handling crossplay. We're here for the next generation. Old generation is no longer our thing. We're here. That's what we're here to do. And then they turn around and say 99% of PS4. like, can you stop flip flopping and tell us as consumers what this fucking thing does? Like, we're putting a lot of money into this during a global pandemic where a lot of people are out of work.
Yeah.
So don't fuck around with us. You know what I
There's
mean?
a lot of people prioritizing, other things versus a new system.
Yeah.
Just because of the virus.
Of course.
Yeah. And so stuff like that does bother me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And even if it wasn't pandemic, it would bother me.
We've heard hit the turning point if you haven't figured it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, we're getting there. So then PS5, it shows the prices. Then it shows the release date, which was going to be the next day you can do pre-orders. The next day.
The key.
This is where it goes downhill.
No, this is where I'm still Team Sony because it wasn't on Sony's fault that this went down. I mean, listen, you're gonna have glitches and bugs when you try to do it online anyway. So I know like Xbox had a lot of glitches and bugs today, and people are like, Xbox fucked up just as bad as PlayStation. No, if you order stuff online, you're gonna if you go on and try to buy tickets for a concert online, all the bots, people have figured out ways to get in there and make sure their bots get in before you, and they have the system set up where they're gonna get it. So there's a huge chance where they're gonna quickly sell out before everybody else.
Yeah.
There are things that I guess they could have done to avoid it, but people are scumbags and they're gonna find ways to do things.
Yes.
So that's to be expected,
Right.
But when PlayStation tells their consumers, tomorrow at this time you can go and pre-order your PS5, and then every retail in the world says, fuck them, come to our stores right now and pre-order your systems.
Yeah.
And then PlayStation goes, we didn't even give you an allotment.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So honestly, that's why I seriously think that if Sony was smart about it, they would just tell them, you're screwed now, so we're canceling everybody's. We're starting over on this date.
But the problem is gamers won't take it out on the retailer. They'll take it on PlayStation for canceling them.
I mean,
That's true, and that's not Sony's fault.
Yeah.
right. But they may get a system.
Yeah, but then the people who were first in line
Doesn't matter.
or did it at Walmart.
Don't matter. You beat the clock. You magically were in the wrong or at the right place at the right time.
Yeah, it would be too late to do it now, but they should have done that.
Right.
Sony should have nipped that in the butt
2
2 hours into finding out like, oh, they're doing this right now.
Right.
And then all of a sudden you can go on eBay and you can buy a system for $25,000, which if you're doing that, you're a fucking idiot. So then after the conference, PlayStation releases in a blog on their website behind a whole bunch of fancy stuff that they're going to support backwards compatibility. They're going to support at least 3 to 4 games on the PS4. And the only reason people started finding this out is because Insomniac took to Twitter and said, hey, by the way, it wasn't said in the conference, but if you can't get your system, or if you're still a PS4 user, you can still play Miles Morales. And we're also doing a thing where if you buy it on PlayStation, we're going to give you an upgraded version of the last Spider-Man for free. And then people go, wait a second, you're going to tell me I can play Miles Morales on PS4? And they're like, yeah. And they're like, so PlayStation turns around and says, we are not supporting any old systems. You have to buy a new system to play our new games. Then hide in a blog spot that 4 games are going to be available on their old system.
Mm-hmm.
It's shady to me, especially when you go out and tell, when you and the gaming media all turn around and say Xbox is ruining gaming by not jumping to the next system and saying that games are going to be playable on on the old systems for at least 2 years.
Right.
And then you openly go out as a company and say, yeah, they're wrong for doing that, but then you knew you were going to do it too.
Yeah.
I just think it's shitty to do.
I don't understand that move because, like we were talking about before, it's like it's eventually going to come out, even if they never announced it.
Yeah.
it's still going to happen. So why even start the rumor?
Because the way it works with these new systems and these gaming consoles is if you get at least 3 or 4 weeks of bad publicity on your competitor, that's huge when it comes to pre-sales, especially if you're coming out a week before.
I mean, I guess, but I mean, those people are always like, I don't think, regardless of what the other side says, if you're a hardcore fan of either of them, it's not going to stop you from buying it.
No,
Right.
no.
So, I don't see what the point is.
Yeah.
They're still going to have those people that are going to buy the system.
Absolutely, and as they
and
should.
they sell out like crazy.
As
so
they should.
it's not like
Both systems are sold out right now.
right.
You know what I mean? But it's, I don't know. It just, to me, I just didn't like it. I just think it's undermining. I think it's a shitty thing to do. I just don't like the way they do business. Like, I just don't like it. I don't like how they tote themselves as being pro-consumer, pro-gamer, and then you turn around and you could see what's happening on your opponent consoles, and you're like, well, I think what they're doing is wrong. Like, no, what they're doing, like, Game Pass is the most pro-consumer thing I've ever seen in the gaming world. And you're gonna sit there and shit on them for it, but then you're like, well, here's PlayStation Collection, which is kind of like that, but not the same thing. Like, it's like, make up your mind. Do you hate them for it? Are you know what I mean? I don't know. But yeah, just to hide everything in a fucking blog was kind of shitty to me. And then all of the gaming media that you see turn around and say Xbox is terrible, and then PlayStation doesn't. They're like, PlayStation's so innovative. Like, come on, really? Like, are we really? It's kind of like if you watch some people on YouTube that previously worked for like IGN or previously worked for these things, and they're like, oh, when we would get reviews, if it was a PlayStation exclusive, we were told because PlayStation paid money, we had to give them a 9 or a 10, no matter
Wow.
what the game was.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So, like, that kind of stuff bugs me because, like, and listen, if Xbox is doing shit that's not pro-consumer, because listen, when the Xbox One first came out, it was not pro-consumer. Everything that was going on with that system was anti-pro-consumer, and that's why they lost when it came to media and the trust with people with their system. But then they fired everyone who was involved, put Phil Spencer in charge, and ever since then, the ship has been righted, and they're doing great things with their customers. So it's, so I'm not just like hating on Sony for it, but it is like I'm gonna call out that kind of shit for both sides. You know what I mean? Like,
right. No, that's fair.
I just don't like that shit.
Well, like, I don't know if this is something that PlayStation and Sony and stuff does, but when I was trying to get my Xbox from Microsoft today, I got to a certain point, and it was like, you have an order number. And then there was a number if there was any issues to call.
Yeah.
So while I waited for 9 years for it to actually process and go through, I was on the phone on hold, waiting to talk to somebody to be like, this is my number.
Did you
Can you-
have to call?
No, you didn't have to, but it just kept giving me an error saying something on our end isn't connecting with payment.
Yeah.
And then they gave you a phone number,
Yeah,
but with your, so like you already knew you had one. It wasn't just like, oh, you know, you go through the checkout thing and it's like, oh, sorry, sold out.
Yeah.
So I don't know if PlayStation has anything like that or anything, but that's just something I noticed today that was
I
really
don't
helpful.
know. Like I said, a lot of that was very, like, there was a lot of shit going on today. I actually fell asleep, but I was gonna do that payment plan thing.
Yeah.
But I was like, I kind of looked at it, and a $4.99 system then turned into like $8.99 after interest and stuff, and I was like, I don't know if I do all that. I won't have the funds until like October-ish, late October. I think in like 2 weeks. So I'm just gonna hold off, wait for the next wave, and then try again. If I don't get it, I don't get it. Like I said, I still have the Xbox One X, Series
Right.
X,
And most of them for
and,
now, like we were saying, are
they're all gonna carry
be,
over.
Yeah,
I'm not
so.
sweating it. I would love to have the brand new system, but
You could print one out. Did you see that?
no.
Xbox released a printable version in case you're missing the new Xbox
And
until November.
and just slide it over your system.
No. So what they did is they sent a link out on Twitter. I don't know if it was anywhere else but Twitter, but I noticed it where you can get a third scale model of the X and the S or a full scale. And it's like you cut it out and fold it up, and it's the actual size, so you can see where in your house it's going to fit best.
That's kind of cool.
So I was like,
That's
that's really
different.
cool.
I think they should do it all systems. So you
Yeah.
kind of see like
Right.
where,
Especially because it's a different dimension and it's up instead of like laying down
Yeah.
and stuff. I think that's really helpful. I mean, I think it's funny. I'm probably just going to print one out just to have one.
it's hilarious.
But it's definitely helpful.
where are we at here? Sorry, I just found exactly where I needed to be here for She-Hulk. Rumored start production in February. We'll get more into that in a second here. I'm just kind of scrolling through. Yeah, some of this stuff is still old. Uncharted movie new set photos of Tom Holland and Mark Wahlberg were revealed. So if you want to go check that out, I'm excited for it. I'm a big Mark Wahlberg fan, so
Yeah, he's great.
Shocked.
Yeah.
Shocked that you're his big fan.
Sorry, I should have been more prepared. Oh, I guess I think I went too far here. Madonna's directing her own biopic movie. That's a great idea.
I don't think that's gonna turn out well. She's a little.
Madonna saved 9/11. Yeah, she's just gonna. I feel like if you're doing your own biopic, you're gonna just be like, make me fucking amazing. Like,
Yes.
I cured cancer.
Yeah, I saved children from a burning building.
Yeah.
And Madonna, particularly, will be that way, I feel.
Yeah,
Is she funding it?
probably.
Well, then it's okay. She can write whatever movie she wants if she's funding it.
Peacock streaming service has passed over 15 million signups. So if you're into Peacock, I think that's free too.
It is free.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's where
So,
The Office is going, right?
That's right. All The Office and Parks and Rec.
You know what? I'm actually kind of glad that Office and Parks and Rec is leaving Netflix. So now when I log on, I'm just not forced to click on it again and rewatch the entire season. I actually will watch new shit and just be like, I'm gonna stay away from Peacock for a while, so I can actually force myself to watch something new. Because I'll be like, oh, I don't know what to watch, and I'm like,
All over again.
And I'm like, well,
50th time.
here we are.
I'm sorry, Tony. I've never seen it.
You've never seen
You're
it?
fucking
Never.
up, man. You're fucking
It's
up.
the best
I'm
thing
a
ever.
How I Met Your Mother fan. I feel like there's a divide. It's either your Office or How I Met Your Mother.
I don't know about that one.
Well, at least anyone who I've ever talked to that they're like, oh, I love The Office is like, oh, I've never seen How I Met Your Mother. They're not a fan of it.
I think,
But then it's the opposite.
yeah, I
It's
think there's a
like,
lot of shows in that genre though. Like Big Bang could be in there.
Mhm.
Like there's a few shows that I guess like because where they were slated. Because I think The Office has been over now for like longer than it was out. I don't know.
It came on in 2005, and it
Okay.
is 9 seasons, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
9 seasons.
So wait, 2005 it came out?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because How I Met Your Mother had 15-year anniversary this week.
Yeah, The Office
I think
has
it's
been
from their start.
Office has been done for a little while, like a long time now.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And the yeah, I'd have to look. I'd have to research that. So pretty soon we're getting a possible intern for the show, so he'll be able to Google all
An
that stuff.
intern?
I'm dead serious. That's not even a joke. I'll talk about it later, which would be amazing because he's a really cool kid, and we might have a fucking show. I can't even believe I'm saying it. It's crazy to think about.
That's great, though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Learn about
Shows true
production.
growth.
yeah. I'm like, Jamie, pull that up. Like typical Joe Rogan. Spider-Man and Batman appear together in a new movie that hit Netflix today. So that's a Robert Pattinson and Tom Holland movie.
Oh, I thought you meant for real. I was like, what? There's a Batman Spider-Man movie? I'd watch
That'd be
that.
an interesting
Well, this isn't the
crossover.
first time that Batman and Spider-Man got together. Michael Keaton was in Spider-Man.
Okay, I'm not talking about that. I mean, like, actually, Batsuit,
No.
Spider-Man suit, one movie.
Sorry, just going through his. I guess they. That's still early. We won't get to that one yet. That Warzone thing was back for a little bit. The glitch, so people can leave the map and
With the car.
and end the game for everybody.
Yeah. I heard about that. I
That's
was like,
hilarious.
What a weird glitch.
Yeah. Myst is supposed to be making a remake. The game Myst. It's like an old PC game where you had to like solve puzzles and stuff.
I heard about that.
It used to creep me out. I was always expecting something scary to happen, and nothing ever did.
Yeah, I never played it, but I would. But if it's not good, then maybe not.
The Croods 2. I know you're
Yes.
into anime.
I mean, it's not anime.
Animation. I'm sorry, animation.
Yeah.
I
I mean, I liked the first one. Oddly enough, on my way home from the movies from that one, I got pulled over. So for some reason, that movie sticks out as like,
what did you get pulled over for? Speeding?
I don't even remember. I think it was because it was with my old car, and they're like, "Oh, the windows are too tinted." But I'm like,
Huh.
"This is how I bought the car," so I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
But I just remember that. I was like, I went to the movies in Hazleton. I saw that movie, and on my way home, I got pulled over. I was like, okay, so
Alright,
maybe
so
not
that's
number
weird.
This
two.
might be a TMI story, but it's funny. So we went to go.
What kind of TMI
So
story?
me and Heidi
Oh, okay.
just started dating. So we were in that like new young heavy petting stage, I guess you can say. So we go to the movies to see. I think it was actually Step Brothers, and on the way home, like in the car, we're like, "Can't wait to get back to the house," type deal, and we were little hands were roaming, and I was just like, "I gotta get home now." So I'm gunning it home. I'm doing way too fast, and I remember just driving. and I'm like preoccupied with what's going on over here and hitting the speed limits to get to the Monday City exit. And I just passed the Delano exit. And if you're familiar with 81,
Yep.
there's that one spot right there where there's the hill.
Mm-hmm.
And I just drove by and I just see the reflection. And I went, getting pulled over.
That's so bad.
And Heidi, in the moment of we need to get home, things are happening, the mood's set, she goes, can't you just make the exit? You'll be fine. I was like, no, I'm literally just going to pull. She's like, don't pull over now. I was like, I know I'm in the wrong. I'm just going to pull over now and wait for him. And literally, he hit his lights, and I was already on the side of the road. And I was just like, and it would actually save me because when he goes, fight it, go to the court, and we'll work it out. He goes, dude, I caught you doing 100 miles an hour.
Oh my God.
You were cooking. He's like, you were way over. Like, you were at a point where I should be taking your fucking license, and you're getting towed home. Like, that's how fast you were going. And when he goes, take it to court. You know, you pulled over. You knew you did wrong. Pulled over. And I think he's seen, like, you know what I mean, like, what was going on. And he was like, take it to court. And then when he took it to court, he was just like, yeah, he was doing 5 over. So I didn't even get points.
Oh, lucky.
Yeah.
Okay.
Used my privilege. It worked out. Yeah. Jurassic World Aftermath announced for game. I didn't watch any. Let me be honest. New Splinter Cell game announced, which is exciting. Final Fantasy 16, which I'm going to bet. I know it's exclusive, but I'm going to bet. I bet you it's a timed exclusive, because the reason I say this, Square Enix has a relationship with Sony, right? So all their games like Kingdom Hearts 1, 2, and 3
Yes.
were exclusive to PlayStation, with no sign of ever coming to Xbox.
No, that's wrong. Only 1 and 2. 3 came out across the board.
Not day one, right?
Yeah.
I thought it waited for. You're right. It did come out
Yeah,
across
they
the board.
did
3.
random bundle things.
That's what it was.
With all of them and
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
And because now here's another thing: the remake of Final Fantasy. What's the one everyone going crazy for?
Oh, 7. Final
7.
Fantasy 7. Yep.
Exclusive to PlayStation. But today, I guess more has been found out. Like, there's a date involved with this. So, and then now, like, pre-orders for the remake Part 1 are hitting the stores. So now they're like, wait, is this a timed thing? Once again, please just be upfront with your consumers that, like, this is a timed like when Tomb Raider was timed for Xbox, they're like, this is only timed for 2 years, and then it's going to everybody, like, straight up from the gate. Just let you know this is the deal. And then PlayStation is like, oh, it's exclusive. And then you're like, well, 2 years? Like a year or two ago, and you're like, wait, this is now on our system? And they're like, oh yeah, it was timed exclusive.
I mean,
just fucking tell us.
It is exclusive.
Tell us.
Lie.
Tell your
It's
customers.
just left out a word. Timed.
Yeah.
Oh, so Final Fantasy 7's coming to other systems now, or?
It's leaking, but it's not confirmed.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was thinking, did you mean that they have the second part coming out now, or?
I think just part 1 is gonna.
Okay.
If the leaks are true, you might see the part 1 remake hit the shelves.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I already beat it. I would like it. I would like part 2 now.
Yeah.
Like ASAP.
Try to see what else we got here. Resident Evil 8 shows a second trailer. Yeah, it's going through. Young Avengers possibly making an appearance in Ant-Man 3, which
Yep.
would be kind of fun. The Mandalorian Season 2 synopsis has been revealed.
They already started working on production for season 4.
For what?
Mandalorian.
Mandalorian?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, actually, speaking of stuff that's in production now, I saw Lock and Key Season 2 is now in production.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's good.
So,
I have to watch Season 1 yet.
so
I do
good.
too.
Yeah. I started watching Umbrella Academy. But like if I binge watch something super hard and then it's like Season 2 is coming, it's like, whew, I need to take a break.
Yeah.
Like, it was just too much. I watched like the first episode of Season 2 and I was like, I'm not ready to dive into this again.
I can see that.
So I took like a couple days. Like I haven't started it yet.
Mark finished it already. He said
Did
it was
he?
real good. Yeah.
Did he? Yeah.
Yeah, I need to watch it.
I do like how my favorite character has like longer hair in Season 2. I was like, oh, he looks so cool.
Oh, which one?
The dude who sees
The dead people.
the dead people. Yeah. Spoiler: if you haven't seen Season 1 yet, there's a guy who can see dead people.
Yeah, he's great.
Marvel and DC comic fans will appreciate the Shazam movie director's notes to himself. I don't know what that means.
David Sandberg?
Yeah.
He's such a
Baby
good
Yoda just
director.
won their Mandalorian and Baby Yoda just won their first Emmy.
Oh, that's exciting. I didn't get to see the Emmy list.
Yeah, I don't really follow Emmys or awards like that. So much wrestling news on this website. It's crazy. Miles Morales Ultimate Edition on PS5 is considered a remastered of Spider-Man. We talked about it earlier. PlayStation fans freaking out over Final Fantasy 16 reveal. That was kind of a hint. I think we said it the day before. I said the rumor is this possibly Final Fantasy or something else is going to get revealed. I think we said God of War too, and they both got a full reveal, and the other one was a teaser. I'm actually shocked. Xbox did not do another conference before their thing. I can't wrap my head around that. It's crazy to me. So PlayStation also announces several big PS5 games are also coming to PS4. Oh, here we go. This is it here. So that's the word. Like Sony announces several big PS5 games also coming to PS4. Like positive news. But the same people on Xbox, they're like, these motherfuckers are ruining everything. So here's what's
Why
coming.
I like Nintendo.
Yeah,
Nintendo doesn't pull this shit.
I mean, what Mario? The
No,
Mario
they just don't
thing.
the
release
Mario
it.
thing.
Yeah,
But
they're just like, get it in a month and it's gone forever.
well, that is kind of weird. But I played them when they first came out, so
I did pick it up. Did you get it?
not yet. But I
Ooh,
should.
You better hurry up. It's good. Someone's going to take it. They're going to pull the rug out. So the games
get
that
on it.
will appear on the PS4 as well as PS5 is going to be PS4 Marvel's Spider-Man Miles Morales, Horizon Forbidden West, so the new Horizon Zero Dawn.
Oh, that's right. We missed that one. That looks good.
Well, they showed it the last one, but they didn't show it this new one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, we did talk about it. I apologize.
Sackboy: A Big Adventure, and I think there's one other one because
It was another cute one like that. What was the other cute one?
I'm not sure.
It was. Yes.
Mulan. Sound like Mulan was a major win for Disney Plus. So when does Black Widow now come out for stream? I guess Mulan did really well. People paid that $30.
I don't understand that.
I don't get it either.
I don't get it either.
Why waste your money?
But people are like, well, now that Black Widow, like, why can't we get Black Widow that way? I'm like, you're never gonna get a Marvel movie that way. Never.
You're right. They will. It'd be $50.
Yeah.
They're
They're like,
it will be 50, then 80, then 100, then 150.
The
and
bigger
we'll all
the
go
title.
broke.
yeah.
I won't go broke. I'll wait till it's free, but everybody
Yeah.
else will.
Yeah.
I'll buy the disc.
Silly.
A couple months.
Yes, exactly. Or just wait for it to come out for free, like me.
Right. I mean, I have Disney Plus as well. So
I do too. I'm not paying $30 for Mulan.
No.
I will
That-
for the disc.
For the disc?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
There's a reason, not for rent.
It's ridiculous.
Well,
I went
everyone
on
that-
about that a few weeks ago.
Yeah, everyone who have seen it, they said they enjoyed it. They said the fight scenes in it are unbelievable.
Well,
They
that's
said
good.
it's like a crouching hidden tiger dragon.
I did hear that.
I don't know why. I think I just mixed like 14 Japanese style movies together.
No, that's a movie, but I think you had the title backwards, but it's a hard title to remember.
Yeah, it's like a kung fu movie.
Yeah, it's real good, supposedly. I don't remember if I don't think I saw that one.
What are we going for here? Boss Baby 2 adds Jeff Goldblum, Eva Longoria, and more.
That's weird.
Boss Baby, who was the main voice? Was that Baldwin?
Baldwin, yeah.
Yeah.
It was
She-Hulk.
good. It wasn't a bad movie, though.
She-Hulk cast Tatiana Maslany as their Jennifer Walters.
Mm-hmm.
She looks Hispanic. Looks like she's like white Hispanic mix. She looks cool. I'm excited to see her. I'm actually She-Hulk's something I'm really excited for to actually see portrayed on the screen.
I wonder if that's why they chose She-Hulk in Fortnite instead of Hulk,
I think
since they have the rest of the Avengers.
with the She-Hulk, they try to stay characters in a certain frame, and if you put the Hulk in,
I mean,
and
that's
he's-
fine.
and he's too big.
I was just curious because he's the only one. Because you had Captain America, you could buy.
Yeah.
You have Iron Man in this pack.
because even Groot's
and-
kind of like he's tall, and you
and
can
so is Doctor Doom. Doctor Doom is pretty wide
Yeah.
compared to the others.
and so if you have a big Hulk, you can just laser that dude from a distance. You know what I mean?
I mean, he doesn't have to be huge. He could be like the crossover where he's nerdy Hulk.
But even when he's Hulk,
No,
he's
I
big,
know.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess they said California Disneyland's supposed to be opening soon. Where are we at here? Sorry, more wrestling news. Chuck E. Cheese wants to shred $7 billion prize. I don't know. Sorry, I'm just looking here. Hotel Transylvania 4 still on
4.
early track for early release date. Sony removes Phil Lord and Chris Miller's Connected from the release date one before. I don't know what that means. Oh, they cut movies out of their production because they're not putting them out yet. Nintendo discontinued the 3DS. They're done.
Oh, they're done. I
Yeah.
didn't hear about that.
Yeah.
That's weird. I usually hear Nintendo news.
Yeah,
I'm not surprised.
3DS is out of production. I mean, why do you need a 3DS when the Switch can play all those games anyway?
You have the Switch, and then you have the Switch Lite.
Yeah.
Switch Lite is basically a handheld.
Those games should just port over.
Yeah.
But they won't.
Because they had stopped making games for the 3DS, as far as I knew. So
Yeah, I mean, if you own a 3DS,
I do.
I do.
I still do too. But there's no
We were like-
chance. There's no chance I'm going to buy a game for my 3DS right now if I own a Switch.
Depends on what it is.
Zero chance.
They
If
do
you-
get. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
No, I was gonna say if it's exclusive to them, I'll get it.
They do get the really good RPGs.
Yeah, but like I'm just saying that game can be played on a fucking
Sure.
Yeah.
But
Just-
Nintendo's weird. They could just be like,
They-
we do have this new system, but it's just gonna be exclusive to this handheld. Sorry,
Yeah.
They
guys."
do that.
I
Yeah.
would I would spit on them.
Let's not degrade each other now.
Pokemon Go, Team Rocket, Jesse and James now appearing more frequently. I don't know what that means. I haven't played the game forever.
Oh yeah, I guess they must have put some new downloads in, maybe some new updates.
I think my mom still is obsessed with it, but Venom concept art reveals Spider-Man logo that almost got replaced. So I guess
I did not hear that.
Yeah, I guess
Yeah.
they had a. Yeah, sorry, I'm very unprepared tonight. I know there was something here I wanted to talk about, but I can't find it now. Oh, there's a thing going on the internet too. Cancel Sonic, but people don't
What?
know. People
What?
don't know why.
What do you mean?
Like
wrong
it's
with
like
Sonic?
it was like a
Movies?
hashtag thing, like cancel Sonic.
They're always trying to cancel stuff.
Yeah,
Or the restaurant?
that's what I'm thinking.
I was gonna say there's
I
nothing
think
wrong
I
with
think
Sonic
Sonic
the
fans, like
Hedgehog.
Sonic the Hedgehog fans, like what? Why are we getting canceled?
Don't cancel Sonic either.
Yeah.
I like the tots.
Oh, those slushies are amazing.
They
Yep.
do have good milkshakes as well.
They have
And
the best
mozzarella
drinks.
sticks. Yeah, they
I-
do.
Have you just had ocean water?
No.
That's what one of the titles is. It's great. I can't describe the flavor of it, but I highly recommend it.
I puke every time I drink ocean water, so.
It's not actual ocean water though.
Yeah, where we at? Trump administration is also possibly looking into the company who owns Fortnite
I
because
heard that.
he went after TikTok. Pretty much, I guess what it comes down to is they don't want Americans' information going over to China.
That's fine. But
Yeah, because if anyone's going to spy on us when it comes to what we do on the internet, it's going to be me, goddammit. Saying us as an America.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
we tap into everyone's shit like
Yeah.
Big Brother. But if we choose to fucking send our data somewhere else, like, no. Listen, let kids play fucking Fortnite. Let them alone.
No, don't let them.
No,
Cut it off. Cut it off.
If they build on Fortnite, then shut them off.
Yeah, you're right. If
Everybody
they're
else-
builders,
Yeah.
sorry guys, you're out.
You're done.
You're cut. You're cut from the game. The only ones that
no
kill me in
building
that mode.
allowed.
Yeah.
I never played Fortnite in my life, so I have no idea.
Oh my god, the new Marvel
Oh.
expansion is so much fun.
Yeah, it's the only reason I came back to
Yeah.
the game.
Oh, okay.
But you get into this groove, like you run around and you like pick up different kind of weapons and stuff. Each of them are assigned a different color depending on their level of strength.
Mhm.
But there are these. You have the ability to like break down trees and all that kind of stuff to like build walls and whatnot. And
Uh-huh.
there's just people that are absolutely crazy on like they build like forts in like 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Wow.
And like you're shooting at them, you're like, oh, I'm totally gonna kill this guy, and then there's a fort out of nowhere. I'm like, oh,
And then they peek out the top and shoot
yeah,
down the
with a
and-
shotgun. And
Oh,
you're
I'd
dead.
hate that.
And it's
I
just
would hate
it's
that.
horrible. But they didn't now. And I don't know when they brought them in, but there are fireflies in the game that you collect, and if you throw them at it, it starts fires.
Oh, that's different.
So I
Forest
like to
fires.
watch the world burn.
Yeah.
Burn down those forts.
Yeah.
Your forts are nothing now,
Where's your-
bitches.
But
Yeah.
it's great too because when you like dive in originally, you have like gliders and stuff.
Uh-huh.
If you burn down their building and they build up too high and they can't get back down, they kill themselves
Yeah.
in the fall.
That's what
So-
they get. I hate snipers. That's why I stopped playing Call of Duty, just so everybody knows. I used to play Call of Duty, but then those snipers, such as my brother, killed me all the time. And I'm like, you know what? I'm done with this game. This is not fair. These snipers ruined it for me. I used to be a Call of Duty player, and they ruined it. so you can blame them.
I
their
appreciate
fault.
I appreciate a good sniper. I can't do it, but I just don't
Yeah.
like when people run around and use a sniper as a shotgun. That kind of pisses me off.
Yeah. So I quit. Quit that world.
Sorry. I knew there was something else here. I just can't fucking find it.
What was it about?
I don't remember.
We got Star Wars, we got Marvel, DC,
Harry Potter.
Harry Potter.
Oh, did you see the WandaVision trailer?
I did. It looks really good.
So what's up? I don't know anything about it. So what's up with that?
Oh, so it's like a good mix of them in like, 50s, 60s being married and like having a kid, and then it will switch to like current time, and then there's a random girl. She's like in a lot of different movies. I think Bridesmaids is one of them. And then all of a sudden you hear her say something to Vision about him being dead.
Mm-hmm.
So it kind of just ends on that, like her calling Vision out for being dead. Like, why are you here? You're dead. It's really good. It's like really funky, kind of like out of this world.
Hmm.
Yeah. It goes from black and white to color, black and white to color. They look like a married couple in the 50s.
The
And
poster looks interesting.
it is very interesting.
I know they show old Vision, like his old suit.
They do, yes. And if we have any That 70s Shows fans, Red's wife is in it.
And the guy from
She's
that
the
show,
mom.
the guy from that show he just got put in court. The dude from that 70s show
Oh,
for like all the rape charges.
yes.
The one with the curly hair.
I
I never watched the show.
He was my favorite guy character. What is his
Oh,
name?
out of the main group.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What
he had
is
a
his name?
shit ton of rape charges, and
He
it like
apparently does.
and
Okay.
I guess a lot of people were pissed off because he was like out but not out. Like he wasn't in jail this whole time, and he has all these charges pending, and he just finally went to court like almost 2 years, and he has like a shit ton of charges pending.
I didn't realize it was that many.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's not like it's not just like one incident, like 5, like it's a few. Yeah.
Wow.
He was on the ranch too with Ashton Kutcher.
Really?
Yeah, and
Who?
what's that guy's name? That's really good. He's the new mayor on A Family Guy.
Oh,
Sam
Elliott.
Sam Elliott.
Yeah.
I really like Sam Elliott.
I do
so
too.
here it is. So in the shocking news, Xbox announced not today, but they have announced that they're going to they agreed to acquire ZeniMax Media, which is the parent company of Bethesda Softworks. This monumental move brings video game franchises like Doom, Fallout, Elder Scrolls into the greater Xbox fold. The exact amount of IP Xbox acquired is somewhat staggering to even think about, and should certainly help better the position of company in terms of first-party titles in the future. I'll get into more of it, but the purchase was up in the I think it's like $7.5 billion.
That's crazy.
So for the people who don't know, when you buy Bethesda Studios or ZeniMax Studios, ZeniMax Online, you acquire quite a bit when it comes to studios. So you get Bethesda Game Studios, which is games like Fallout 76, Elder Scrolls Blades, Starfield, which is going to be the new title coming out by Bethesda, so Fallout is post-apocalyptic, Elder Scrolls is fantasy, and Starfield is going to be like in space. So it's in space, which is kind of similar to Outer Worlds, but I think it's less kiddie.
Okay.
Yeah, and the studio who make Outer Worlds is like another thing by Xbox. Or they're working with Xbox too in a way, but they're also making a game called Avowed, which is going to be pretty cool. Then you get ID Software, which has games like Doom, Rage, and Wolfenstein. Then ZeniMax Online Studios, which gives you Elder Scrolls Online and Fallout 76, which both of those you can probably, I mean, if you're into it, good for you. Then you get Arcane Studios, which gives you Dishonored, Prey, Deathloop, and Wolfenstein Youngblood. Machine Games, which gives you Wolfenstein Youngblood. Tango Gameworks, which gives you games like The Evil Within, which I just downloaded part 1. I had it on my system forever, and I just didn't play it. But I think now, like spooky games are fun, so I may try to play it. Maybe I'll stream it, and that'll be interesting for people. Will watch me scream. Tango Games Works, yeah, just said that. Evil and Ghostwire Tokyo. I've never played that game. And then Alpha Dog, which is Monstro City, Rampage Mobile, and then Roundhouse Studios, formerly Human Head, which does the game Prey.
Prey.
Yeah.
I loved the original.
The new one's weird.
The original was weird.
Can you turn into a roll of toilet paper and hide.
No, but when you die, you have to become a spirit eagle and find your body.
That's different.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So like
Well,
World of Warcraft.
aliens attack an Indian reservation
Mm-hmm.
in the original, and that's why there's like the whole like eagle finding your body and all that
Yeah.
stuff.
That makes sense.
And then so that takes Xbox from 15 studios to 23. So, do I think this is just my opinion now? Sorry, I just wanted to see if we're still live, but we are. So, in my opinion, do I think this means all those games will go exclusive? A part of me wants them to be, just to be like, you know what I mean? But because I cannot be hypocritical, I am pro-consumer. I don't like the idea of exclusive games. That's just me.
Yeah.
I think it's a shitty. I think it just annoys me. I hope they do exactly what they did with this, that they do with the Minecraft, where Minecraft is still available everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
I think games like Fallout and I think games like all those should be accessible to everybody. Their
Yeah.
game, I just think they should be. I would say those games will stay them, maybe exclusive timed, maybe timed. But even though I think those are kind of silly, like that stuff doesn't like what I'm excited about this purchase is my Game Pass just got more valuable
Right.
to me. Now I have all Xbox exclusive games. I have EA Play is going to be joining that soon, and which I already pay for EA Play. So now I lose EA Play. I put money back in my pocket, and that adds to my Game Pass.
Yeah.
And now I get all of Bethesda Studios games
Right.
in my Game Pass. I'm someone who enjoys playing a lot of games, and my video game ADHD kicks in, and I play a game for like 2 hours. I'm like, I gotta try something else. So I go from like an adventure to like a shooter, or an adventure to like a horror, and then
Yeah.
I kind of play like 2 or 3 games at once. But what pisses me off is when I go and buy like Netflix. The reason why Netflix and Hulu and these streaming services are amazing is because I used to be someone who would go buy a lot of movies. Yeah, that's how we met. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But what pisses me off is when I go and buy a movie, and you pay your hard-earned money on a movie, and you put it in, you're like, this fucking sucks, and then you're stuck with a piece of plastic.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that. Now enhance that by buying a $60 video game.
Right. It's like 3 times.
Yeah,
The pain.
I know I have a problem, right?
Yeah.
So I know that
Well,
I'm
you're
gonna
admitting it.
yeah.
So that's the
So
first step,
I know I'm
right?
like, there's 4 games coming out this month, and I know they're highly anticipated, and I really want to play them. And even though the reviews say it might not be the greatest, but like I try not to listen to them because not always it's sometimes biased.
Right.
Because there's some games that people think suck, and I thought they were fun. Vice versa, or people thought their games were awesome, and I didn't like them. Because my opinion isn't the trump. Like I'm not telling you never buy a game because I say I didn't like it. Like
Right.
I didn't like God of War. It's one of the most. Everyone says the best game ever created. To me, it wasn't. I just don't like that style of game. Yeah. So the so I for me Game Pass, if more brand new games are added to that service,
Yeah.
that saves me money because I can be like, hey, I really want to try Prey, but I'm afraid to pull a trigger and buy a $60 game. Because what I do too is I'll wait for them to go on sale. So
Right.
like when a $60 game is like 75% off and you get it for like under $10, that's why my game library is so huge. I have games upon games upon games upon games that I have never played because I just see them on sale and I digitally hoard them. So I digitally hoard games. Like I have Evil Within 1 that I got Evil Within 1 and all of its DLC for like $8. It was on sale for like $8. And
Yeah.
I was like, don't know if I'll ever play it, but it's $8 fucking dollars and it's a game I'm interested in.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, I lose that $8 now because it goes to Game Pass, but I'm cool with that because it was only $8.
Right.
Like I think Kev just picked up Resident Evil
Yeah.
3 because
Yeah,
it was
he told me he was
50%
getting
off.
it, yeah.
So like I'll probably play that soon. But dude, so it got to the point for me where I won't buy games brand new unless I'm really really into it. So for me, like the only games that I just bought 2 games brand new. But like when it comes to Xbox is Assassin's Creed and Watch Dogs are pretty
Yeah.
much my 2 games that I'm buying brand new right now.
I get where you're coming from. 'Cause
Yeah.
like, especially like right now, like I'm not a big game person or anything, but I know that the minute that Hogwarts Legacy game comes out, I'm not getting a digital version. I mean, I may buy a digital version.
Is that gonna be online to play with your friends?
I don't know.
I hope
But
so. That'd be
if
fun
they
to play.
don't have a special bundle edition where you get like a robe or a wand or something in real life with it, they kind of like screwed themselves. Like I want a house statue or something
Yeah.
because I will pay the $200 or whatever it is to get the game as a disc. Never use the disc just for the statue or whatever the extra thing is.
Hold on. Is Hogwarts? Is Hogwarts real?
Yes.
Oh, then we all need to enroll.
Multiplayer has not been announced for Hogwarts
Yeah,
Legacy as of writing multiplayer. It has not been confirmed. It's purely a single player game. The website simply describes it as a immersive open world action RPG set in the so it's looking like a single player game.
I did tell Brian and Kev though when that game comes out, you just won't hear from me for a while.
Honestly, I think some of the better conversations we ever have in Xbox parties and we're both playing solo. Like we when we played Assassin's Creed, we literally sat and talked for hours.
And it wasn't even about the game necessarily.
we
It was
just bullshitted.
random stuff.
Because
yeah.
if you're working together in Call of Duty, like
it's like okay, there's a guy there.
why are you not following me? Yeah.
You get aggravated at the
Yeah.
people because they're not doing what you need.
Yeah, because you're trying to like work together but not say, yeah. And I call everything out, and I probably annoy people. I'm not. I'm like fucking Foxtrot Charlie Rango. Come on, move. And they're like, I'm like, nobody was with me. They're like, you ran. That's like, yeah.
No one was with you the whole time. Like,
I'm trying to fight 4 people by myself. Yeah. So I don't know. I think every now and then a solo play game is needed. And I'm telling you, Hogwarts looks sick. Like I never have interest to go to like Universal Studios, but everyone I went recently seen when they
nice.
went,
spend days there.
And
Just in Harry Potter.
the Harry Potter
don't
thing
even need to
looks
leave.
impressive.
Yeah, and
It's nice.
I don't know if you've seen or not, but if you get the Hopper Pass to go between the 2 parks, you get to ride the Hogwarts Express from one side to the other.
Oh, that's new. They didn't
Yeah.
do that when I was there.
Yeah, and like the Dementors take over the train and stuff. It's so cool.
I'm like so upset that I didn't know
So
that.
you couldn't ride a train when you were there?
No, the train just sat there.
Oh, well, you have to like go down. It's like a little subway thing within the park, and it's like an hour line to go from one park, like from Universal Studios to Islands of Adventure. But basically, you're going from Diagon Alley to Hogsmeade.
Was that always there? Or did they just do that? 'Cause
I
we
don't
went
know.
for
Last
our
time I was
honeymoon.
there, which was last year, for Horror Nights, they had the train and stuff.
All right.
I
So
don't know
we
if that
should
was there when
put
we
this in
went.
motion now. Maybe not next year, but the year after, we should do a Universal trip for Halloween and do
I'm cool with it.
because Heidi, like, she wants to do Disney, right? But I'm like, I think Universal would be a better thing.
It
Like,
depends where you go.
but here's the thing, I want to go on Halloween time because
Yeah.
she loves doing Halloween haunted scares, and that's all Universal is at that point in time.
Yeah. Well, Disney does Halloween up.
Yeah.
Around Halloween.
But Disney, Halloween, and Universal, like where she could
It
walk
is
through
very
a
true.
Saw movie,
Yeah.
she would fucking lose her mind.
So
You
I
can sign
completely
up. You can
get
sign
that.
us
Yeah.
up. Mark and I will go.
Yeah.
I would say though, if we're picking a place, Florida, because it's like a hole in the wall for California. I'm sorry, California people, but
Oh no, I'm not doing
I've
California.
done both
Mm-mm.
sets of parks, and California, like Universal, annoys the crap out of me because they built it on a mountain. There's
Yeah.
like 3 rides because they do it down the mountain.
Oh
They have Jurassic Park, Transformers, The Mummy, and that might be it.
yeah.
Like, and I was like, but the best part is you can get a year pass for just about as cheap as a day pass.
That's weird.
So we got the year pass when my dad worked in California and stuff.
Yeah.
So it was like, we knew we were going to be there, but it was like, why buy like 2 day passes
Yeah.
when there's a year pass? It's just like, let's do that.
Yeah. That Universal looks fucking crazy. I think they like I've seen ones that do the Purge, the Conjuring.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
What did they do last year? They did Rob Zombie was last year. They did Universal Monsters. Stranger Things was back. I think that was their second or third time
Yeah.
for Stranger Things. They do a bunch of like random like original ones. Like there was one with the Yeti, and then there was like a Gladiator one that we did.
I did an
Oh,
interview.
Killer Clowns from Outer Space was
Really?
last year. They had awesome chocolate bars. I wish I could just have like a million of them. They had cotton candy chocolate with cotton candy jelly beans in the chocolate.
Wow.
It sounds super weird, but it was so good.
And this is all of Universal.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
all at Universal for
Yeah.
Halloween Horror Nights.
Yeah.
I'll be
Um,
there for Halloween whenever we
I-
want to go.
I remember seeing a video of someone who drove the train, and like you're on the train, and all of a sudden like all the windows turn fog, and like all these shadows are going out. Is that the Dementors part when the train
On the
for Harry
Hogwarts
Potter.
Express? Yeah.
I seen that somebody was videotaping, and then somebody else showed me a video. I was watching somebody that went, and you get a wand. You can go to a gift shop and
You
buy
can
a
get
wand.
an interactive wand or a standard wand.
And the interactive wand, you can go to places around the park and
Yes, you
touch it to
can.
stuff and do create cool things.
The world comes to life, but there's always like a huge ass line
You
for like
can
the
get
different
those.
parts.
You can get those passes where you skip the line.
No,
Well,
but
no,
these aren't
like-
actual lines. Like you
Yeah, like
outside
you
of
can
a
walk up
gift
to a
shop.
window
Uh-huh.
and wave your wand, and it'll make something activate because you have the
Oh,
interactive one.
Yeah,
But I would highly suggest if there are wands that you want, don't buy them in the park because at the park they're like $50 for the regular ones and I think like $65 for the interactives.
buy them online.
I've been buying mine on Mercari where people bought them in the park for that price and now don't want them, so I get them for like 20, 25.
oh, I have Hermione's.
I actually just ordered hers. Hers is
Yes,
on the way.
it's very pretty.
Yeah, she's well designed.
Oh.
But I'm up to like 4 or 5 of them now, just from Mercari.
How many different
purchases.
ones are?
You don't want to know. There's like
There's a
shit
lot.
ton.
Yeah,
you're
so
that,
many.
You're that guy.
I'm not gonna get them all. I just want like some main ones.
You have Harry's.
I do. He was the last one I got, and I have Voldemort and Snape from the Universal ones. But then I have
Does each one do something
Dumbledore's.
different, or are they all do the
No.
same thing?
no, it's all the same.
Okay.
It just matches their personality.
Yeah, it just
Like somebody has like deer antler ones, right?
I think so.
I can't
The-
remember who that
The
is.
only one that's
'cause I thought about
technically
getting them.
more powerful is Dumbledore's wand.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's
Because
super
that's the
strong.
Elder Wand, and I love the backstory behind that because they talk about it's basically like Greek myth where these brothers trick Death, and each of them ask Death for a specific item. Like one gets an invisibility cloak, one he wants to be the most powerful wizard, so he's granted this wand, which is the Elder Wand, and then there was the Stone of Resurrection, and Resurrection Stone and the Elder Wand, those brothers like kind of go crazy and stuff, and Death like tricks them as Death would if he's gonna be cheated out of them.
Mhm.
So he gets them, but the brother who has the invisibility cloak stays hidden all of his life, and when he's ready to die, he takes the hood off and passes it along, which you find out that that's actually Harry's dad's cloak that he eventually gets. And I don't know, it's just cool because they like go hand in hand. Like the brother and Death go off, and they're like as if they were old friends, kind of thing. Because he bested Death, but Death didn't care, kind of thing at that point anymore.
Where are they all on Netflix?
No, but they're all on my Voodoo.
They are.
Yes, they are.
I wouldn't even know which
I started
one.
watching them.
I have
for-
to. I don't
because
even
of
know the
game.
order.
Like,
I would have to watch
okay,
them.
so Voodoo makes it very easy. You look at the cover and it has 1,
Oh, does
2.
it?
Yeah.
All right, cool. I'll try. Maybe I'll give that a shot. I'll start watching it.
Yeah, they're good.
Maybe that'll be like a.
They're good ones.
Now, like I think the way this is starting to go now, I think like this is the week that Steve would have been here, but he couldn't make it.
Okay.
So I think
No, next week.
is it next week?
Next week, because Mark and Steve work tomorrow.
Okay, that's what it is. So next week we'll have Steve on and we'll figure out like a game plan. But I think for the most part, I think this is what you're looking at for the cast of the show. For now, or for a while. So I think that would be a cool thing to challenge each other to do. Like I know we talked about it a little bit this like last time, but like we pick a movie and go for it. Or even like challenge each other, like, hey, if you've never seen this movie, go watch it, and then something like maybe me and you seen or used to like you've seen Harry Potter, I haven't, so
Right.
I'll watch Harry Potter 1 and I can come back next week and say like, what I thought about it, and you guys could be like, in one of those deals.
I could rewatch Harry Potter. I haven't seen them, so I didn't even finish all the Harry Potter movies. I haven't seen them since I actually got married. Mark and I got married in 2013. So I could even rewatch it with you if you
Yeah.
want, because I only saw the first 3.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Because here's kind of like the idea of what we kind of wanted this show to be in the first place is kind of like when you're sitting at the lunch table with your friends in school and you're like, you didn't see this or you didn't play this, go
Yeah.
do, and then you come back and tell your friends about it. I kind of want to recreate that. Like I do like talking about news. Like today we're not very prepared, but like I kind of not so much want to dive into like news for 45 minutes of the show. I want to just more or less like already come in with like a movie topic or something like
Right.
that. Like, so I think that's something we should maybe like in a group chat be like, hey, we'll kind of scout it out beforehand. But so I mean, for me, I'll make homework for myself. Like I'll watch Harry Potter 1. That'll be my homework. If you guys want to join that, you can, or if you want to pick your own movie.
I've already started.
Yeah, if you
I'm
want
on number 4.
if you want to pick your own movie, you can do that as well. We'll figure it out. Yeah.
I would like, since I haven't seen it since 2013 and you haven't seen it at all,
Mhm.
could we watch like all of them?
Yeah, I mean,
Just like marathon it? There's 6 of them.
yeah, I don't know if we'll get all 6 done in a week.
There's 8.
Oh, there's 8.
8.
Yeah.
I don't know if
there were
we'll.
6.
I
Oh,
don't-
I'm sorry.
I don't know if we'll get all.
No,
all of
I
them
mean
done.
like one a week.
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah,
for
just
the
like one a
for
week.
the next couple of weeks, that'll be our thing. We're gonna review the Harry Potter series.
Yeah.
So for people who,
And honestly,
I'll bring Hermione's
For-
wand in next week.
yeah,
for when they were made, I think you're going to be very surprised at like the CG stuff because that's something I'm like a big stickler about.
mhm.
And even rewatching them now, like I wonder why movies can't be like
That's good.
this,
Yeah,
just across the board, like CG wise.
yeah,
So I know it's possible, and it's been possible for a long time apparently. So
yeah. Yeah, so we'll do that. We'll kind of talk about, and obviously, if you want to do something in between there, if you're playing a game, we'll still keep like what you're into now.
Yeah.
But I just want to kind of come with a little more direction to the show, like 'cause, like the wrestling show, we know we have to watch that week in wrestling. With the Truth Behind Illusion, we all come up with a topic and then we research it and then we come to the show prepared. Like this one is kind of like we just kind of wing it each week. I just want to kind of a little bit more structure. You know what I mean?
yeah,
And that's kind of like, and that's the thing too. Like the cast has changed so much, so many times. So now that if like we can really lock in, especially just us 3 as like a main thing, and then we can kind of like keep us. And then if someone like a Steve or somebody else jumps in, it can be more or less like, hey, if you're joining the show this week, this is what we're doing, and then they kind of like. If you're going to be there, you kind of have to fit what we're doing type
Right.
deal. Like if we have a guest on Truth Behind Illusion, they're like, hey, I said in the guest, like this is what we're talking about. Or what topic do you want to talk about? And then I tell the group and then we all work on it. So I just kind of want to go into the week with a little more, you know what I mean? That makes
Yeah.
sense?
Oh yeah, I'm
Yeah,
fine with it.
yeah.
I'm like pretty laid back. So
Yeah. Yeah. Besides that, I mean, have you been playing or watching anything? We'll start with Bree this week. What have you been into? Anything new?
yeah. So I downloaded Stardew Valley.
Oh,
It's like Harvest Moon, but it's a little different. Of course, my person has Princess Leia buns. Is anyone shocked? You should not be.
yeah.
And purple hair. It's really fun. It's like Harvest Moon, but the controls are a little bit harder.
Yeah.
And it has like Super Nintendo graphics.
Mm-hmm.
It's on sale or maybe it was always this price. I don't know. It's only $15 if you digitally download it from on your Switch. And I feel like the time goes a little bit quicker in that game compared to Harvest Moon.
It's so fast. I'm like starting to do something that's like, you better go to sleep or you're going to pass out in the bushes. It's like,
Yes, Harvest Moon's the same way, but it's like worse in Stardew Valley. I feel like Stardew Valley's a little bit
Hate it.
harder.
hate it.
Oh, you don't like it?
No, but I did just find out that Stardew Valley, at least for the console, I'm sure it's on the same way for Nintendo, but they added online multiplayer to it.
Oh, did they?
I could be wrong, but I think they have an online multiplayer aspect. So I really love the idea of those style of games. And that's when Steve was like, if you like the idea of the game, but you don't like the fact that you're like locked into a time and you can only do things at certain times, try Graveyard Keeper.
Oh, I haven't heard of that one.
Oh, it's literally the same style. It's Stardew Valley, except your job is to maintain and upgrade a graveyard.
Oh, that's
But it's
different.
like, but like you have to take the bodies and you can take organs out and harvest the organs and then sell the organs to the town.
That's cool.
So deep.
It's like
or dark.
it's like a darker version, but it's really funny. And then the mule brings you a new body every day, and then you
Oh my
take the body and you
God.
preserve it and then bury it in the graveyard. And then you got to get your graveyard up to a certain level, and the higher you get your graveyard level, the more you unlock and you do more things.
Oh, that's different.
It's
Yeah.
really fucking fun. And then you get to the point where you get like, you can bring bodies back to life, and then
Oh,
you can
necromancy.
and then you make those zombies do your work for you.
Oh, that's hilarious.
So like your mundane tasks, like go collect your crops or harvest the next body, you can make zombies do your work for you.
That's really funny.
Yeah,
That's cool.
but it's not like, hey, you only have like 8 minutes to get all your shit done, and then the map takes you 6 minutes to walk across the fucking map.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like,
It's like that in Stardew Valley.
Yeah. Like Stardew
It's so
Valley,
bad.
like you walk across the map, you're like, it's nighttime. You're like, I'm never making it back in time. And then your guys walking, just goes.
They're just dead.
But if you pass out or if you go to bed too late in the game, then your character sleeps in, and then your time is even lower the next day.
Yep.
Yeah, I've never
Fucking
played them, so.
drives me crazy.
But the graveyard sounds cool.
Yeah, the graveyard is like, it's a fun time, and you can you don't ever have to go to sleep. It's like not one of those like you could because it's kind of like in a fantasy realm. Like your character gets hit by a car, and then you end up in this nether realm, but you don't know if you're dead or if you're just like in another dimension.
Oh,
So
that's
you're
different.
you're trying to figure out what's going on,
Mhm.
and then they're like, oh, you're the new graveyard keeper, and you're like, what?
So you're probably dead too.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's really fun.
I'll maybe do that one sometime.
Yeah. So try that one out. Anything else?
Still Animal Crossing, waiting for our fall update. That should be coming any moment now. They said September,
The
so
Halloween one?
yeah, they said September, so it better be getting here. And then just Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Oh, I started that one over again.
No, I'm getting a little bit farther in it.
Okay. That one didn't have Terry Crews in it and stuff?
Yeah, Terry Crews,
Yeah, Terry
Andy
Crews.
Samberg.
Yeah. That was like his first thing when he left at SNL, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. Is that still going?
Yep,
Oh, wow.
season 7.
Holy
I'm only
shit.
in season 3.
Didn't
Okay.
it get canceled and then brought back? Like somebody bought it or something? That show? Or am I
Uh,
thinking of a different one?
you might be thinking of a different one, like Lucifer.
No. I know Lucifer did.
Heidi's
but
obsessed with Lucifer
I
right now.
thought there was something where they came out that they were going to cancel it, or it was canceled, and then someone bought it, or they brought it back because too many people were like complained.
That could have happened. I'm not sure. I just got around to watching it this year with
Okay.
COVID and all.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but it's hilarious. I love it. It is now my second favorite comedy of all time. It has booted Parks and Rec. Sorry, Parks and Rec. and
Really?
Ron Swanson. It really has.
Man, that's so tough to beat Ron Swanson and Andy in that show.
It really is. But this one does it. I would watch it. It's so funny. I mean, I love Andy Samberg. I think he is so funny. Like, I laugh so hard I cry at this one. It's
Really?
really yeah. I do.
That's
It's
all
hilarious.
for me would probably go The Office.
Nothing will ever beat The Office.
I have The Office and Park are probably tied for first, and then a very close second is Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Oh, I love that show too. I watched that in the
Oh,
beginning, but then I
so
fell
fucking-
behind because of
So
school.
stupid. Some of the shit they do in that
I
show.
love that show.
I love it so much. You ever watch it? Always
Never
Sunny.
seen any of them.
You should watch Always Sunny. It's so dumb, but like in a good way.
And I would say if you never watched that 70s show, that's a really funny show.
Yeah.
That's
Did
a
you
good
ever
show,
watch
yeah.
Workaholics?
I did,
I love
yeah. It's
Workaholics, too.
hilarious. Yeah.
Workaholics is really funny.
And
Yeah.
Scrubs too. Scrubs is a good
I
classic.
never watched Scrubs.
Hilarious.
You know what I started watching? I really liked it, and then for some reason I stopped and I had to pick it back up. My Name is Earl.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
Mark
that
and I
was a good
watched that in
show.
the beginning.
Yeah.
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 I have to
Jason Lee's
I have to
good.
rewatch that. What are you into? What are you watching? Are you?
So, because of that announcement for the Harry Potter game, I started rewatching the Harry Potter movies. But I'm not going to talk about that anymore. I think I've Harry Pottered enough.
That'll be next week.
People,
I think for the next 8 episodes, we're gonna do Harry Potter 1 through 8. That's gonna be the next.
Just wait till we get to my fashion piece.
Yeah.
I wore it the right day, apparently.
Yeah, we're kicking it off.
Yeah.
I did take a break instead of moving on to the next one, and I watched I think it's 2016 version of Cabin Fever.
Oh, with Jared Padalecki.
I think
Oh,
so.
I love
Is
him.
that like the reboot but not reboot?
Yeah, Scream Factory released it, so that's why I own it.
I didn't even know it existed.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I watched it. I've never seen any of the other versions of
The
this.
first one's so good. I was Eli Roth's first horror movie, I think.
Oh well, this is on
I
the
think
top
so,
of this
too.
one, Eli Roth. So maybe he
Yeah, because Eli Roth did that one, right?
did
the
this
one.
one too.
Yeah,
I
he
believe.
did.
I think his Cabin Fever was his first directorial
Okay. Well,
horror movie.
it's on the new one, so
Hmm.
I guess he has something to do with it. Again, it was way gorier
Mm-hmm.
than I thought a movie was
Wait,
going
so
to
he
be.
rebooted his own fucking
might have.
franchise?
Or maybe he just did the new one. Jared Padalecki's in it, which is my beloved Sam from Supernatural.
Yeah, there's a 2016 and a 2002 version.
But did he wouldn't have done both, would he? I mean, you could reboot your own, I guess, but I don't know why you would. I mean, Sam Raimi sometimes does that. So
Yeah, Sam Raimi will take his actual movie, put a part 2 on it, and just redo the entire movie shot for shot, which is with better special effects.
and I love him. So I mean, if Sam Raimi does it, why wouldn't Eli Roth?
Cabin Fever is a 2000. You said this is the 2016
Yeah,
version,
2000.
Yep, it's very
yeah.
good.
directed by Travis Zarnowy, and is written by Eli Roth. A remake of Roth's 2002 film of the same name, and the 4th installment of the Cabin Fever series. So I guess it is a reboot.
Yeah, I didn't see the original Cabin Fever. I only
Yeah, I
saw
didn't
this
either.
one.
The original one's really good. Really
I'd watch it.
Yeah.
I love horror movies.
I mean, I'm not a squeamish person when it comes to movies and stuff. I just think it was more of the sense of that this was real. Like most horror movies and stuff, there's like a killer or something. Especially like I just looked at the title Cabin Fever, and I'm like, okay, so there's gonna be a killer or something that shows up or something. And like throughout the story, for anyone who hasn't seen it, um, there are characters that show up that you're like, oh, this guy's gonna go crazy and he's gonna like hack everybody up and all that kind of stuff like any other horror movie. But it's just a bacterial virus thing that
Mhm.
eats you alive, and it's
Drives
a
you
little
nuts.
too real.
Especially in today's climate.
Yeah,
Yep.
like I don't know. It's
So the premise of this movie is almost exactly like
The first one.
the first one, where the guy comes and his dog is dead and he pukes and spits all over people,
yeah,
and he's like, yeah, he has a sickness. Does it end? Does it end where? Spoiler alert! Does it end where the guy is running away and dies in the riverbed, and the riverbed goes to? So in the original one, the last guy survives. Like his skin's falling off. He's
Yeah.
looking like shit, and he like crawls and he falls into a river, and like it shows like the river and it traces the river in, and it actually leads into like the town's water.
So that they
Oh.
all get sick.
Yeah.
So this one goes about the route of the last survivor guy. He disappears into a cabin because he's in a fight with everybody else. He's like, I'm not getting fucking sick, so I'm just going over here. And he takes all the beer and just
100%
sits
happened in
away.
the original one.
So when he comes back, everyone's dead, and
He's hammered.
I'm pretty sure if I remember correctly, somebody shoots him, but
Yeah.
he just falls over, kind of thing. And in the movie, at one point, there was this girl in like a little shed out front, and you saw flashes from in there, and she was taking photos of all the stuff that was happening. And I can't
Mhm.
remember if it was at the very end or after the credits. They show someone on her Facebook page scrolling through them at the lake, and she scrolls over one too many photos, and there's her decaying, rotten pieces of body for the rest of the photos, and that's how they like end.
Did they do the scene where she's shaving her legs in the tub?
Yes, that was
Mhm.
not fun.
Yep.
You check the original one out.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna do that.
Yeah.
It.
I thought it was good.
Yeah.
I mean, it is good. I just
It's a
It's-
lot though.
it's a lot
Yeah.
of stuff in one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
2016 movie and it hits hard in 2020.
yeah, I just.
Could you imagine if that was a sickness? People,
Ugh.
people,
But it's only if you drink the water.
motherfuckers would wear masks like crazy. They'd be like, nope. I just seen his skin fall off.
Well, it's funny that you say that though, because the one guy in this one, he brings an AR with him. He's like, I'm here for
does,
protection and
yep.
stuff, and he starts like opening fire on random shit.
Yeah.
So I mean, it is very today. But I did play Mario, and Fortnite. Those are my two things at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, so yeah, that's one of the games. I bought the new Mario.
Yeah.
I did not play Sunshine or Galaxy yet.
My brother played Galaxy. He started that.
Okay.
He said it was good so far. But I played Sunshine and 64.
I've been playing Mario 64.
Yeah.
Boy, does that play really good on the Switch.
It is really good.
It's so good. The controls, like, for a game that you would like, man, because the N64 controller was like so
Weird.
weird, but it,
It was.
worked for the games that were on the system.
Yeah.
And so when I played it on the Switch, it just felt natural.
Mhm.
Like they button mapped it very well.
Mm.
Like even the camera spinning was just perfect.
The only thing I didn't like is how slow I have to go across like bridges and stuff. I'm like, if I push this too far, he's just gonna go. Cause like they do like that crooked walk
Yeah.
thing, and it's like,
That's why you long jump everything.
Mhm.
Wahoo!
Well,
that
That's
was always
fine.
one of my favorite moves.
Yeah. I have certain aspects of that. Like, I think further I get in the game, I'm gonna
Yeah.
lose some of it because when I first played that, I was very young.
Yeah.
I was like N64 for me. So I mean, you probably didn't even fucking know about Mario 64 when it first came out.
I don't know about. I had the 64 and I played the 64.
But
I don't
I'm
think I
talking
ever
like
had
I'm like
Mario
talking
64.
about Mario Day One feelings.
I mean, I
yeah.
don't know about that, but
Yeah, like I remember that. Like, but when you're a kid, you play the first like 6 stages over and over and over again because once you get to
Yeah.
a certain difficulty, you're just like, I'll just keep playing these levels. So that was kind of like
Yeah.
me as a kid for a while. So those first like 6 levels, just muscle memory.
right.
The only thing I cannot remember how to do, but I think I know how to do it, is the red block. How to unlock the red block. But I think you get that after you beat Bowser.
Okay.
I just didn't beat Bowser yet because I'm playing the game like I used to, like where every door I can open with stars, I finish first, and then I go fight Bowser 1. But they removed a fun fact from that game.
What did they take out?
So when Mario would throw Bowser, he would say a certain phrase, and the phrase was supposed to sound like something else, but the actual phrase sounded very different. I will play it real quick for
Didn't
you.
he used to say like woohoo or something?
He would say, "Goodbye, Bowser,"
Yeah.
or "So long, Bowser."
Yeah, I remember that.
But if you listen to it closely, hold on, sounds like he's saying, "So long, gay Bowser."
I never even heard that as a kid.
So that was he no longer says "So long, gay Bowser."
What does he say now?
I think he just goes "Woo!" Like I think they removed that from the game.
That's so ridiculous.
So
Really?
now that you hear "So long, gay Bowser," I'm gonna play it again.
I mean, I guess I can't unhear it, but I'm sure I never heard that as a kid. Because I beat that game. I put so much time into that game as a kid, and I'm pretty sure I never heard that as a child.
I didn't know it until much later too. It became like a meme. But yeah, so long, gay Bowser is not in the new game, and they got rid of that.
They could have just said like "Bye Bowser," like just said something else,
So long, gay Bowser. That should be the title of the episode. Episode 69, So Long, Gay Bowser. That's not going to be it, though. But, yeah, I like it, though. It's playing really good. It's definitely a must get, especially because you only have a certain time frame to get it. So,
I guess I'm going to have to go get them. I played every single one of those games and beat every single one of those Mario games. They were so good.
You know what's funny? I
have to go
literally,
buy them.
I'm so behind on my Switch when it comes to playing games on it that I have not even played Zelda yet. And that was my day one game.
Breath of the Wild?
Still have not played
What
it.
is wrong with you?
I still have not played it. And I still have not played Mario Odyssey.
What? Mario
What?
Odyssey is the best one.
I have
I
not
have to go
played-
back to that.
Best Mario.
I have not
I
played
should
it.
say.
Yeah.
It is so good, and the soundtrack is like spot on. It's amazing. Such
Really?
a good soundtrack.
It's a fun one.
As soon as I got Mario Kart, I just fucking obsessed with it. And then
And I'm the
Understandable.
opposite. I haven't really played much Mario Kart. I played
Yeah.
a little bit. I need to get like some Mario Kart like matches in.
yeah,
Yeah, I only got to play
so
like
I
twice.
have to play those two games. So like I went out and bought the Mario collection, and I'm like obsessed with Mario 64, and I'm like
Yeah.
I haven't even played Odyssey.
Oh my god.
Well, honestly, it's funny that you said it because in playing the 64 on the Switch, I was like, man, there's a lot of elements that were in Odyssey.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I was like,
the side jump.
like the
But-
paintings and stuff that
Yeah.
you jump through. I was
yes.
like,
Mhm.
interesting.
So there's
Yes,
there's gonna
it's
be
like
a
a
level
nod.
that you're gonna go to, right? And
Yeah.
You're gonna be like, how the fuck? I'm gonna save you now because if you don't remember this thing in the game, and you get to it, it's in the basement. So the basement has like a stage where it's water, right?
Mhm.
Okay.
Depending how high you jump into the painting is how high the water level is in the stage. But
Oh,
if
I
you-
forgot about that.
Yeah,
I
so
forgot.
so there's a part in the game where you have to get a flower. So every time you jump,
Yes.
when you're a kid, you're like, I gotta get as high into the painting as I possibly can.
I used to do that.
So you jump into the painting and the water level's super high, but like the very first star of the game is just a star that's on the bottom of the map, and every time you try to swim down and get it, you die of oxygen before you get there. But if you jump into the painting really low, the water level's not there, and you just walk over and grab it.
I don't think I ever knew that.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Thanks for that
there's
hack there.
Yeah, there's
Life hack.
there's one stage where, like, the one part I was like, how the fuck do I do this again? And I was like, how do I get this goddamn star? Yeah, dude, that game is so much fucking fun.
That was
Yeah.
always one of my classic favorite Marios, Super Mario 64.
The
But I also
best.
really like Mario Sunshine.
Yeah,
So good.
I'd never played Mario Sunshine.
I
I
didn't
loved it.
until now.
Yeah,
Oh, so good.
I did
one of my
technically
favorites.
play. I would always go up to Walmart and like when my parents were in the grocery section and stuff, I'd go over to for those of you who don't know this, they used to have TVs above
I remember.
the things and you'd be able to play the games.
Mhm,
Well,
they need to bring that back.
Sunshine was one of them, and that's
Yes.
what I would play.
yeah,
Aw,
yeah.
bummer.
I if I had now that GameCube is shown that N64 and GameCube can play. I remember how I hinted last.
Yeah, we talked about
literally
that. and then-
20 minutes after the show, it said like Nintendo has been hinting at it. And I'm like, I fucking called it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
you did.
but man, I want the sports games back, like the Mario Tennis. I know they made Mario
Oh.
Tennis, but like Mario All Stars were like the
I
soccer
love
one.
Mario All-Stars,
Mario
yep.
Golf. Mario Golf was so much fun.
I loved Mario Golf.
Yeah, even if you hated sports games, the Mario versions were
They were
so
great.
much fun. Mario All Star Soccer was awesome. Mario Baseball was fun.
I love Mario Baseball,
Yeah,
the best one.
We got to bring that back.
I want the what are the party ones?
Mario
Mario
Party.
Party? Yeah.
I love
I
Mario
want number
Party.
2.
Oh,
the
when
Switch.
they had the outfits to match the
Yeah, when it was like the cowboy version of Mario on the cover.
Yeah, that your outfits would change according to what board you played.
Okay.
Yeah.
That one was always my favorite.
I have to sneeze, but it's not coming out.
Yeah, that
keep
was the
turning
best
away, like-
Mario Party.
I have Mario Party. The only ones I don't have is the Wii U ones. I think 8 and 9. Come on! I'm trying to rub my
Stitch
nose
it.
to make it happen. What's the thing? You look at the light.
Walk outside into
didn't
the
work.
sun.
But I don't have the 3 N64 ones. Mario Party 1, 2, and 3. But I have all of Heidi had them all collected, and then she's like, "Hey, Granny, can I have my old games?" She's like, "Yeah, no problem." So she has the original Mario parties from 4 to 8, all in the original boxes.
That's awesome.
Yeah, crazy.
I just sold all mine.
Yeah, she has all.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the only one we need is the Wii U ones. So I'll probably find them at a fucking. I think I'll write up that Bloomsburg guy soon.
Yeah.
Now that I'm not
He has
working.
a good stockpile.
He's amazing.
Yeah.
Is he open with COVID? Has he been open?
I don't know. I haven't been to Bloom in
We should take a ride up one
months.
day. They used to, that place was great, but the
Yeah.
only problem is every time I was off, I was off
He
on
would
a
be
Monday,
closed.
he would be closed.
Yeah.
So I could never go there. But yeah, he's really cool, and if you buy a lot, he cuts you a huge deal.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, and he has he'll have really good games that normally go online for really really expensive prices, and he'll be like, I want you to enjoy it. So he
Yeah.
gives you to you a good price.
And he'll also if you give him a list, depending on how much, I don't know if you just walk in randomly, but I've shopped there enough where at one point I handed him a list of 64 games, and he was he called 2 days later and he was like, "Oh, I have Pokemon Stadium 2 for you." I was like, "Okay, I'll be in."
Yeah, he's
That's
super
awesome.
cool, super cool dude, and he has a lot of movies and stuff too.
Yeah.
He has a really cool little store.
And even all the collectibles and stuff that he gets.
Mhm.
I got the Assassin's Creed Jack in the Box from one of those editions. I got the Master Chief helmet from Halo 3.
I want that
set.
so bad.
So, I mean, every now and again he just you always want to check his front window.
Yeah, it's a cool store.
Yeah.
What's it called in Bloomsburg?
That I don't know.
Yeah, I forget too.
He did move locations though.
Did he?
Yeah. He's no longer by Berrigan's, which also closed.
Hmm.
I don't know if you knew that.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, they shut down. He's down closer towards Town Camera.
Okay. Yeah, the only other game that you guys didn't talk about that I played is I got WWE 2K Battlegrounds. There's some things about it that are frustrating me, but I think overall the game was a lot of fun. It's like WWE All Stars meets NBA Jam, so it's very quirky, funny, fake, fictitious. A lot of the moves are very similar, depending on what class you pick. It's a very high replay value because every match you earn coins and then those coins are to unlock the characters. Higher characters are really high. Sometimes so I've been averaging 4 or 5 matches gets you around 6,000 coins, and the most expensive character is 12,000 coins, which is Triple H. And then they vary from 6,000 coins a piece to 9,000 coins a piece. Some of them are 3,000 coins a piece. Then there's a store where you can get 3 items on sale, but I don't know when that resets. I already got all 3. I think it's every month it changes. So once you finish the store, you're waiting. There's daily challenges you could do to get coins. If you earn so many coins and credits, you unlock stuff for your creative character because a lot of things you can do with the creative character. The only problem is I'm doing the story mode, and I get so far into the story mode, and then it gets to the point where the difficulty goes up, and the difficulty going up is just the computer reverses everything. Everything. I cannot beat the computer to save my life. They literally reverse. I'm trying to fight The Rock, and he's fucking me up. I grab him, reverse, reverse, reverse. I'm and I try to switch it up. It's impossible, and it's fucking pissing me off. So it's at the point where I'm getting frustrated, where I may have to take a break from career mode for a while, but I want to finish career mode to unlock all the unlock most of because there's characters who you unlock throughout the story,
Right.
But and then each character has 2 or 3 skins, 3 different and then you have to pay for each skin too. Like you have to unlock them and buy the coins.
Okay.
So there's a lot of replay value in unlocking everything. There's online mode and stuff, but it's so far it's really really fun. It has a lot of characters, and then they're adding another like 74 characters for free in a couple weeks.
Holy cow.
So it's really really good. I really like it. I wish there was a little more in depth. I wish each character kind of had more of their moves. I know a lot of the actual superstars moves are in there, but they're kind of like hidden. So like key ones that you would normally do like are kind of hidden in there.
Okay.
There's a lot of hidden features in the game that people are still figuring out, but it's fun. I like it. It's a really cool arcadey wrestling game. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Anything else that you guys want to talk about before we get out of here tonight?
I don't
Anything
think.
we missed news wise or anything?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think what we're gonna do starting next week, well, episode 70 will be like the reboot of the show, right? I know there's been a lot of them, but what we're gonna do is we're gonna really like still watch what you want to watch, play what you want to play, and do your normal nerdy things. Like I'm not gonna sway from that, but the heavy hitter of the night will be, like maybe we won't do every Harry Potter in a row, like 8 weeks in a row of Harry
Yeah.
Potter. But we will start with one next week. So Harry Potter 1 will be like our thing. So like that'll be next week's show topic, and then we'll put in the group chat like, hey, if you're gonna be on the show next week, you might want to watch Harry Potter 1. That's what we're gonna talk about.
Right.
And then like how we used to do topics. I think when we do a topic, instead of one person being in charge of the topic, like one person could be the main presenter. So say like Bree this week, like 1 week Bree's like, I want to do Leia or I want to do something like that. We all should research the character Leia and stuff like that, and then so we all kind of have information, so it's not just kind of sitting there.
Right.
And Bree has to carry the whole. I think that's what turned people off from doing topics, where it's like I don't feel comfortable doing the entire thing this way, because that's what we kind of do on Truth Behind Illusion. Like Andy picked a cryptoid, so we all kind of research and like, oh, well, I found out this little tidbit, and it kind of like makes it more fun because everyone kind of chips in too.
Right.
So I definitely want to bring back like the topics. I thought they were fun. Like
Yeah.
I remember when people would bring stuff in, you're like, holy shit, I didn't know about this thing.
Mhm.
And then when you do the research up to it, it's I mean, listen, I'm doing like 6 shows worth of research, but I enjoy doing that. So you know what I mean? And I just think that should be a good thing in the future. So like next week we'll do Harry Potter 1, and then we'll group chat it again and figure out what we're going to do after that. But we're going to slowly not reboot, but like do the Harry Potter
So
series.
You're doing the what is it, Eli Roth thing? You just reboot your own.
Yeah, reboot your own movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll definitely. So next week will be Harry Potter. So if you're a Harry Potter fan, you stay tuned. We're gonna a brand new, never watched person Harry Potter. I'm not reading the books though. Fuck that.
No.
Yeah, not.
I
doing
didn't
it.
read the books. Don't worry.
Not reading.
I
books.
did read the play.
Yeah.
Yeah, I loved it.
Okay.
I can't wait to see it. Like,
Are they actually doing it?
oh no, it was on Broadway.
Oh,
Yeah.
was it?
Yeah. So the script was released and it was all in one book, but it was part 1 and part 2.
Mhm.
And what's cool about the Broadway show, obviously they don't want you there for like 6 hours, so you can choose to get a ticket for part 1 in the morning or like in the afternoon and part 2 at night, or
Split it up in different days.
yeah, you can split it up in different days. But there is benefits in doing it all in one day because it's a bit cheaper to get the same seat as a combined ticket.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's like $300 or something.
Fuck that.
Listen, for a Broadway show, that
That is very
Nothing.
cheap. Yeah.
yeah, because you're getting both.
$300
You don't
a
want to
person?
know what Broadway. Yeah,
So here's the thing. Because I'm a video game person, I hear a $300 price tag. It better play DVDs. I
Yeah.
better be able to play every game for at least 4
Yeah.
years on it.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, I totally
I
understand.
understand. Yeah.
like
Um,
that's how I justify things. Like I'm like $400.
I mean,
I can't
you
even
could get a seat for like 60, but you'll be up in middle of nowhere.
Yeah, I'll do that.
I mean, that's fine. I'm just saying, like, when I go to see a show, because I'm a theater person and all that stuff, I want to be able to see things. I want to be able to see all the tech stuff work together. And
$300.
Harry
just
Potter is going to be one of them.
bang gone.
It depends on the show for me.
Yeah.
Like Phantom of the Opera, totally. It's my favorite play ever.
I
But-
there's no way I can throw away $300
You-
bucks for a 2-hour show.
You can also go to Today Tix, and on the day of,
I'm literally having
and
anxiety right now.
they're major discounts on all
Yeah.
the seats that are left over because they want to sell out as much as possible.
That's crazy.
It's a lot.
It is a lot, but
Yeah.
Like
It-
when people pay like $300 for a fucking football ticket, it's like, wow, that's
Yeah.
a lot of money. Like
Love-
that's a lot of money to
that
sit
is.
sit in a thing and watch something that like
At least you can see this.
Ooh, baby.
Depending on your seat, you may not see any of it.
That's why I don't do a lot of live sporting events.
Yeah.
Like it's hard for me to justify that price tag.
I wouldn't pay that much for like I love my Cowboys, but $300. I don't know.
It's a lot of money. I know
It's a
people
lot
pay
of money.
more. They sit like oh, I couldn't justify it.
I better get a meet and greet with the entire Cowboys if I'm paying that much money. I better shake every one of their hands. Maybe
Yeah.
not during COVID, but
Yeah,
you know.
it's tough. It's a tough.
Sorry.
It's a tough sell. But yeah, that'll do it. Do you have anything to plug, Nikolai?
No,
Anything
this
to
time
let
around.
the people know about, or
I got my headshots, so we'll see.
yeah, you did that last week on the show.
Huh? No. They weren't. They weren't ready yet.
Yeah.
I finally got the gallery. I picked my top 6 edits. So they're on their work to be edited as we speak.
Cool.
So I'm excited to get back out into acting things once COVID opens up.
Nice. What do you got?
So for today's little fashion piece, I have a Harry Potter bracelet, which will be posted later. It's also Alex and Annie. They have a whole Harry Potter line.
Now, what is that on your?
So this here is, it has all 4 of the houses on a little shield, and then it has an H in the middle. It has their insignias. And
What house do you think I would be in?
We could find out. You could take the quiz.
you could take the quiz.
It's free.
What's the quiz
You
on?
you just go on Pottermore.
Pottermore.
Yeah. And you'll be able to take the quiz.
You could take all kinds of things. You
Yeah.
could find out your, what do they call that? Your animal?
Like
your,
MORE, like Pottermore.
I got a
I know.
cat.
I know exactly what you're thinking.
Your,
I got a basset hound
I
or
want
a bloodhound.
Can we switch? I like cats, but I'm a dog. I like cats. There's nothing wrong with cats. I just prefer dogs. I'm a
I
dog
do too.
person.
How do I take it?
Like your
Do I have to
it's like
log
your
in?
spirit animal. It's
I mean,
like your,
you may have to make an account.
oh yeah, you have to make an account, and then you can take all kinds of things like your wand,
Right.
your house.
He's diving in.
What is it called?
I
I
hate
just
my
had
life.
it. Your
The Patronus
yes.
is what the animals and stuff
Yes.
are. Yeah.
So that's how I found out I was Hufflepuff. But I thought I would actually be Gryffindor. I was really surprised. But I think it does give you a breakdown, if I recall. I was pretty close to being like, I was between the two. Like, I think there was like a small thing. They give you a breakdown, don't they?
It's been a good
Or-
while, so I don't fully remember. But I am curious to see what Tony would get from it
Mhm.
because he's not familiar with the movies. Where like someone who has watched all the movies and stuff, they may skew their answers depending on what house they want.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
All right. So it says discover your Hogwarts house in Pottermore.
Yeah.
All right. So then I scroll down, and it just kind of reads off. I don't want to read anything, so I don't want to be swayed.
Right.
But like, it doesn't say take the quiz.
That's weird. Did you log in?
No.
Well, you got to log in.
You have to make an account.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just took this test, I'd say, earlier this year, and the last time I saw the movies was 2013, so there was a good gap between when I took them.
And you didn't even finish them all.
No. I like them. I really enjoy them, but I forget why I didn't finish them. I think just
Well,
life gets in the
You
way.
said you watched the first 3.
I did.
Prisoner of Azkaban tends to be one that's less liked, as well as Order of the Phoenix. I mean, rewatching them through, because this is actually like in the past. Actually, in 2020, this is my second time going through them, in kind of one sitting, and they didn't bother me as much as they did in the past. So that might be why that you stopped at 3. I don't know for sure though.
Oh, I liked all 3 of them. I didn't have any complaints or
Okay.
anything with them. Yeah, I think I do recall watching them with friends, and I think we were supposed to watch all 3 of them together, but then like life got in the I'm sorry, not all 3, like all 8 of them together, and I think this life got in the way, and we were unable to watch them together. Like we had said, we would finish watching them, the entire series together. I recall that, and then it just didn't
I can't believe
happen.
I'm signing up for WizardWorld.com.
I'm so excited right now.
There it is. Harry Potter fan club just popped up. All right. Anthony Black will discover your house. Start the stairs. All right. All right. Dusk or dawn? Okay. Cats. Toads
Mm-hmm.
or owl? Why does it not look like a toad, though? It looks like a little dragon.
I don't know.
All right. I'm going. Should I tell you what I'm picking? Or
Yeah, go
Sure,
ahead.
why not?
all right. So I picked dawn. I picked night. I'm picking owl. So I have barn owl.
Wait, you picked dawn?
No, dusk.
Oh,
Sorry,
okay.
dusk. And then I picked owl because I don't want to be a cat.
You don't.
And I don't wanna
That's
be
not
a-
how this works. It's your pet.
Oh, what I want for a pet?
Yeah.
Oh, then definitely an owl. I don't want a cat, or I don't want a
toad.
toad.
You don't want to be Neville.
All right, so I can pick a barn owl, which is high up there. A tawny owl, a snow owl, that looks cool.
They're
a
pretty.
screech owl, that looks cool. A brown owl, he's kind of chubby. We're gonna go with screech owl. That thing looks cool. Show you guys.
That does look cool.
Yeah, so I'm gonna pick
I think
that
I
thing.
did snow for mine.
I think I did snow too.
Which of the following do you find more difficult to deal with? Loneliness, boredom, hunger, being ignored, or cold?
Hmm.
Ooh, cold is up there because that's a lot of body pain. But all right, but here's the thing.
I don't remember that question.
I'm very socially driven.
Mm-hmm.
I like to be around people. So I'm going to go loneliness. All right. Which of the following do you which of the following would you most likely to study? Mer people? So I guess like mermaids?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Centaurs? Werewolves? Vampires? Goblins? Trolls? Ghosts? Ghosts. 100% ghosts. Which nightmare would frighten you the most? Standing on top of something very high and realizing suddenly that there are no hand or footholds nor any barriers to stop you from falling? Falling sucks.
Yeah.
Being forced to speak in such a silly voice that hardly anyone understands you and everyone laughs at you. I would have a good time with that.
That would be fun, I
Yeah,
think.
waking up to find out neither of your friends nor your family have any idea who you are. I'd probably have some fun with that too. At the eye of a keyhole of the dark, windowless room which you are locked in.
Ooh. I don't remember half of these questions. I
Yeah.
wonder if they changed it.
I was gonna say, it sounds like they updated them.
I'm gonna go with the waking up and nobody knows who you are. I'll go with that. How would you like to be known to history? The great, the wise, the bold, the good. Bold. I like to be bold. Which of the century? Once every century, the flutterbee bush produces flowers that adapt to their scent to attract unwary. If it lured you, it would smell of the sea, home, a crackling fire, fresh parchment. I'd say crackling fire. I kind of like campfires. I'll say that. Choose one to continue, left or right. I'm right-handed. We'll go right. The sorting hat is ready to make a decision. Here we go.
Here it is.
You are. What do you think?
I want to say
Gryffindor.
Ravenclaw.
Ravenclaw?
Yeah.
And you think?
Gryffindor.
You probably know that some of Gryffindor's most renowned members include Dumbledore and Harry Potter. But do you know the sword of Gryffindor is made of 1,000 years ago by goblins? You are the head of the House of Mira. I don't know. Hobbies include correcting articles in Transfiguration today and supporting the Montrose Magpies. So I have been selected by Gryffindor.
All right.
So I'm a badass, right?
No, you're the good guy.
That's all right. I'm cool with it. I'm Gryffindor, guys. We figured
I
it
mean,
out.
it's fitting. You're wearing red. So
There it is. Nailed
works
it.
out.
So I am officially Gryffindor. So going into the movie, that's the team I'm rooting for. So go Harry.
That's Harry Potter's team.
Go
Yeah.
Harry.
I don't
You're
know who's in
yeah.
it. Who's in Hufflepuff? Anybody? I don't remember since it's been so long.
Nobody cares about those guys.
Wendy Cho.
You
I
better
think,
care.
from number 4. Oh wait, Hufflepuff. Cedric Diggory is in Hufflepuff.
Well, he's good. He's
Yeah.
important.
He is important. He's
He is.
also, because I'm assuming you don't know. He's also what's his name? Edward from Twilight. He's Batman now. That's a better way to put it. He's Batman now.
Wait, Robert Pattinson is
Yeah,
in.
he's
Oh,
in Harry
that's so.
Potter. Yeah.
That is so
He's in number
awesome. By the way, that makes me very happy.
Yeah.
Really? Robert Pattinson is
He
in
plays
Harry
Cedric
Potter.
Diggory.
That's
in
right.
Part 4.
Wow.
Still wanting to know my answers about George Clooney. Nobody ever
I don't
answered.
think we're getting it. This show.
What is that about?
Yeah.
Whatever.
Crazy. I did not know
Yeah.
Robert Pattinson.
That was when I liked him, and then he went
is,
Twilight.
Is Hermione Gryffindor,
Yes, she is.
and so is
Ron.
Ron. So they're
They're all
all
Gryffindor.
Yeah, the whole story follows in the
Team
footsteps
Gryffindor.
of Gryffindor. Yeah.
So they could make a whole movie just like on the other side of the coin of just following somebody from a different house.
Well, it's funny that you say that because in the play, it's all about Harry's kids and Ron's kids and Malfoy's kids, who's a part of Slytherin. And his son is afraid, like, in the beginning of the book, he's afraid that he's going to be a Slytherin and his parents are going to love him and all that kind of stuff because they were Gryffindors. And he was like, listen, you are named after two headmasters that one was a Gryffindor and one was a Slytherin. Like, it doesn't matter
Where'd he
which
go?
one you're in. He is in Slytherin, and actually becomes best friends with Malfoy's kid, who is Harry's enemy in these movies.
And where's he?
What do you mean?
Where's
What house?
What house is?
Oh,
this?
they're both in Slytherin.
Oh,
Yeah, they.
so they're
So,
both shitheads.
but they do get in a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
So that's the one you're gonna have to read, unfortunately. But there is a movie supposedly coming. So
Now, do you think
I
all that stuff will be halted because of the lady said stuff that people didn't like?
hope not. I hope not.
It shouldn't ruin a good story, you know.
Right.
That's how I feel.
Yeah, like it's one of those
Story's
things.
good, a
Like
story's
not,
good.
not everyone who creates stuff probably has the same views and opinion as you, and even if they're shitty,
Right.
like
I mean, this is a small point to be made, but I heard she went to a hotel once and she signed a statue of Hermes, and I was like, "You have no right to sign that. Like, I don't. You're an author. You have nothing to do with him. Why? Like, why would you go to Greece and sign a statue of Hermes?"
That's weird.
that's fucked up.
Um,
She like just defaced art.
Well, I don't know. It may have been like in a hotel or something,
Yeah,
but it was just like, why? You have. I mean, it could just be part of a
she's
story.
kind of a d bag.
I don't know about that, but I still love Harry Potter. I still like.
Yeah, you
I guess
like-
that's my point. Like,
Listen,
it
the
doesn't
guy,
matter what she does.
the guy who made
I still like-
Lovecraft is a huge racist. The guy who made fucking Lord of the Rings was possibly racist. You know what I mean? So it's
Yeah.
like, do you throw away? I don't know. It's weird. Strange. It's a tough question.
Yeah, I still love Lord of the Rings. I
Yeah.
read the books. The stories are excellent. You know,
Yeah.
I'm not going to let anything about him ruin my.
I know
love
Heidi's
of
been
Lord of the
really
Rings.
into the new Lovecraft TV show.
I haven't watched it, but I
Yeah,
heard
she
it's
said
good.
it's fantastic. She cries a lot of it though, because the racism and stuff is like really sad to her.
That
it's
is
sad
really
to everybody,
sad.
but
Yeah, it is really sad.
yeah, it's crazy. But all right, that'll do it for Not Cool in High School. We will be back next week with a little bit of news, what we're into, and a little bit of news. We won't take up 45 minutes of reading articles that we don't know we're reading. We'll just literally focus on what news is important to us. So that's another thing too. If something big is going on, just kind of take some notes of little things like, hey, this is what was announced. This new trailer came out, like stuff like that, and watch whatever you're into. But the main homework is going to be Harry Potter for next week, and then the following week we'll come back with something else and go from there. But that'll do it. Here's some Look Alive, and we'll see you guys next week.